Quick question, do we have two sets of notes or just one?
We actually have three.
I was just saying it's three, right? So
Yeah,
it's the way the work session. Our special
Sub
meeting.
it or?
Yeah.
Okay, good evening. I'd like to call to order the Thursday, August 27th, 2026 meeting of the Culver Town Council. I'd like to remind everyone, first of all, if you have an electronic device, I appreciate that you either put it on airplane or turn it off. Secondly, and most importantly, that this meeting is being recorded on the town's YouTube channel. And your participation in any discussion is your consent to be rebroadcast on the town of Culver YouTube channel. Roll call, please.
William Clevenger.
Present.
Jenny Monroe.
Here.
Sally Ricciardi.
Here.
And Joe Day.
Here.
And Dana Newhouse.
Will you all please join me in the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Each item on the agenda is public concern, utility ordinance violation appeals. It's an opportunity for the public to speak on specific issues not addressed on the agenda. So anyone have any here for any public concern, utility ordinance violations? Yes, sir.
I have a question, Kerry Chesapeake, 520 South Plymouth. I just know what all the helicopter activity's been lately.
I've heard of it. I don't know what it is.
I think, Carrie, that's involving NIPSCO and the utility lines. That's oftentimes when we get that kind of frequency, that's what they're doing. They're checking that main line that's running just north of the town and to the west of town. I don't have a confirmation of that, but that's my guess.
They are doing a large transmission project that starts in Stark, goes through Marshall, all the way to Newton.
Yeah.
So.
Not scouting for data centers.
Well, feel free to start that one, Carrie.
Next on the agenda is public dialogue. This is an opportunity for open discussions with the public concerning items on the agenda. Anyone wish to address the council in public dialogue? If not, next item on the agenda is the public hearing on ordinance 2026-007 and 2026-008. May I have a motion to open the public hearing?
Do you want to do minutes first, Bill?
Pardon?
Do you want to do the minutes first?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, thank you.
Okay. I'd make a motion to approve the minutes from July 23rd, July 27th, and August 13th, noting that the meeting actually it's July 28th, that meeting was a special session.
Mr. Monroe moves to approve the minutes. Second. Second by Mr. Shardy. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger.
Aye.
Mr. Day.
Aye.
Monroe.
Aye.
Mr. Chardy.
Aye.
Approval of the minutes have been approved. Next is the public hearing on ordinance 2026 and 2007, 2026-008. I have a motion, please, to open the public hearing.
So moved.
It's been moved by Mr. Monroe to open the public hearing. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Shardy. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger.
Aye.
Mr. Day.
Aye.
Ms. Monroe.
Aye.
Mr. Chardy.
Aye.
We'll open the public hearing at 6:35. Okay, we have ordinance 2026-007. And this is an ordinance of the town of Culver, Indiana, amending the town Culver zoning ordinance to establish accessory dwelling units, ADU regulations. read the first paragraph, whereas the town Culver Plan Commission is authorized pursuant to Indiana Code 36-7-4 to make recommendations concerning amendments to the zoning ordinance of the town of Culver. Anyone wish to speak to ordinance 2026-007? Yes, sir.
John Chris, 918 West Shore. I appreciate all the work that's been done on this, and I think that this will help clarify a number of concerns that we found on BZA as well as in Plan Commission.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to address the ADU? Yes, sir.
Just wondering if R1 could be considered held off if needed, adopted later. Council could consider that.
What's your concern with the R1, Chester?
Pardon?
What's your concern with the R1 part of that?
Just R1 now.
What's your reasoning for holding off on that one?
Want everything to get stuffed up in all the neighborhoods with a bunch of dwellings.
Did you discuss this with the Plan Commission?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anyone else wish to address the council on ordinance 2026-007? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve on second, third read as stated for ordinance 2026.
Mr. President, we still have an active public hearing open.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Would you
very
like to go ahead and read 008 while we have the public hearing open?
much. Right.
If that's possible.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, two public hearings. Now we have ordinance 2026-008, an ordinance in the town of Culver, Indiana, amending Article 3 of the town of Culver zoning ordinance pertaining to C1 permitted uses that include indoor repair of golf carts and all-terrain vehicles. Anyone wish to speak to ordinance 2026-008? Yes, sir.
John Chris, 918 West Shore. Just echo my statements that I said previously, that this helps clarify a lot of things that we've come up with BZA and the Plan Commission. Helps clarify a lot of those issues.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Now I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So move.
It's been moved by Mr. Shardy,
Second?
second by Ms. Monroe. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger,
Aye.
Mr. Day,
Aye.
Ms. Monroe,
Aye.
Mr. Shardy.
Aye.
I showed at 6:30 to 6:40. Okay. New business, approve the 2027.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Motion.
We need a motion, may I have a motion to approve ordinance 2026-007 on second, third read?
I'll make the motion to pass it on second read.
Second.
Ms. Monroe moves to pass ordinance 2026-007 on second read. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger,
Aye.
Mr. Day,
Aye.
Monroe,
Aye.
Mr. Shardy.
Aye.
May I have a motion to approve on third read?
I was gonna suggest not suspending the rules on third read, just in case we all want to take another look at it.
All right.
For the public hearing input from from Chester.
All right.
I make a motion to pass ordinance 2026/008 on second read.
Monroe moves to pass ordinance 2026-008 on second read. And the second, please.
Second.
Second by Mr. Sardi. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger,
Aye.
Mr. Day,
Aye.
Monroe,
Aye.
Mr. Charity,
Aye.
Wish to suspend the rule and pass on third.
All motion to suspend the rules and pass 2026/008 on third read.
It's been moved by Mr. Monroe to suspend the rules and pass on third read ordinance 2026-008. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Sardi. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger,
Aye.
Mr. Day,
Aye.
Ms. Monroe,
Aye.
Mr. Charity,
Aye.
Ordinance 2026-008 is hereby passed on third read. Next on the item is for new business is the approval of 2027. All others, I see it down the bottom. Okay. There's a Marshall County request.
I put that on the agenda. They came last meeting and requested support in the amount of $20,000. It's budget time, and at this point, if that's something that you want to do, I need to know so that I can include it in the budget for 2027.
Counselors, discussion.
I support the approval of the request. I think the work they're doing is important. The ROI on that is tremendous value, particularly their grant work. So I do support it.
Mr. Monroe, is that a motion?
Yes, I will make the motion to approve the request to add that to the budget that we adopt publishing later this evening.
And the second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Sherry. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger.
Aye.
Mr. Day,
Aye.
Monroe,
Aye.
Mr. Charity,
Aye.
$20,000 for one Marshall County is approved. New business. Approval of the 2027 budget submission.
yes. There really weren't any changes from when we met for our work sessions. Basically, what I'm asking approval of is to be able to submit it on the Department of Local Government Finance Gateway, and then do the submit so that there's the publication to the public, letting them know when our public hearing is. So the public hearing is scheduled for the last meeting in September. I will point out two items in anticipation of your vote tonight. I did include $20,000 in the clerk's budget, so that increased. We also moved the pier installation from the park budget over to the CCD funds. The park was getting very, very lean and a little uncomfortable, so just offsetting that for 1 year. And hopefully with some of the things that Council is working on, generating additional revenue, that fund will bolster up a bit. At the end of the day, I printed copies for everybody else except for me. And right now we're looking at coming in with a deficit of 123,000, which is not bad. Considering it's been much larger in past years. I think I've honed in on the income, and if our, obviously I want to be careful in saying that we've over budgeted, but we've built in money for unanticipated expenses. Hiring a fifth officer, not knowing that officer, what kind of benefits that person's going to need. So most of the time we do not spend all the money that we budget, but just remembering that that budget is a request for, or the permission to spend. So I am comfortable with the numbers that we have at this time. And if you're okay, I will go ahead and get that public hearing scheduled and posted. And also, you can always reduce the budget after today, just kidding. So, yeah.
Bill, I would make the motion with thanks to Karen and the department heads and Kevin for their work on the budget. Make the motion to approve publishing the budget to Gateway as it stands for Karen's comments tonight.
Mr. Monroe moves to approve the 2027 budget submission as it stands. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Shardy. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger.
Aye.
Mr. Day.
Aye.
Monroe.
Aye.
Mr. Chardy.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Board commission reports. Technical review and plan commission.
I'll hit that, the BZA, all at once with council's permission. We had two BZA cases, 2026 B005, tabled from last meeting. There was a good discussion about this case. It was tabled. It was brought back. The designer was working with some recommendations, some ideas about making it, removing the variances. It was one lakeside property and it was requesting a retaining wall being moved back, becoming more compliant and creating more lakefront. There were some concerns. It ended up in a tie vote. There was a call for reconsideration, continued discussion, and passed 4-0. And I think it was the right decision and everything was done correctly. 2026 B006 was 686 East Shore. It was a variance over on the east shore of the academy, moving off 18-inch, an old boat shed, moving it 18 inches off of there, moving it back 7 foot, which was nice. Again, getting more compliancy, putting that boat, during the remodel, they're going to put that boat shed back, and again, 4-0 vote. What happens when we have an even number at BZA and not 5? So it's always good to see the vote go. Plan had one case, 2026 P005. It was an approval of a minor subdivision property located at 1000 South Street. Pretty typical case, hit it and it passed. And being recorded, I think this week, sent the documents off. That's it for the BZA and plan. Building commissioner report received from Marshall County. The totals of $1,030 in building permit fees. That's for the month of June. We obtained roof permits up to the amount of 120 of that. Fence permit was $25. And one looks like nondescript, it didn't say $25. Apart from that, that's the financials, plus the BZA case in the plan, or 2 cases in the plan. And that's it for the building commissioner.
Who wishes to report on the redevelopment commission? Sorry.
Sure, basically the only, we had a few discussions, but one thing that we did ask was we approved 30,000 to relay the bricks on between Madison Street and would be Washington Street. We have 30,000.
Or Jefferson, I think Jefferson, Madison, the 2 blocks. That's where everybody was.
Washington is.
Yes.
Oh, no, I-
Second block.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Jefferson is by
That's right. No, I thought I got corrected. Sorry, that's right. My bad. Thank you, Sally. You've been here longer.
Pay attention, Kevin. That's all we had, basically.
Thank you, Sally.
Anything with the 3 commissioners?
We have the RFQ out for, with, I believe Bob told me 4 companies. We're looking at probably an early fall for removal. And I think there's 1 stump on that list that's going to be redone. We've gotten 1 quote back and it's affordable. It was a good quote and we're waiting for the other 3 to come back in and should have that for council next meeting.
Dante, town manager report.
There we go. And Sally, I want to offer my sincere apologies for trying to correct you when I know better than that. Certificate of completion. I have 1 request tonight from Bob and the utilities. Certificate of substantial completion for the water plant. That was good news. It is approved by, or has been examined by Bob and Mark Sullivan both. There was 1 change order with it that's included just for the record. It's, I think, positive because it actually came under the contract price. So that was good, and the change order is in our benefit. So we're definitely in favor of that. What I need is approval of council president's signature tonight for the certificate of substantial completion for the water plant project.
I'll make the motion to authorize the president of council to sign the substantial completion certificate for the water plant.
Mr. Monroe moves to authorize the president to sign the substantial completion document for the water plant. For a second.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Day. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger.
Aye.
Mr. Day.
Aye.
Monroe.
Aye.
Mr. Chardy.
Aye.
There should be underneath town there. Bottom there.
Okay. There's no title there.
No, there's not. Thank you, council. Moving on, if I may, special permits, second Saturday, went off well. I think there's some adjustments and conversations that are happening, but, the shop owners seem pleased and they would like, instead of doing this individually, they presented a permit, 9/12/26, 10/10/26, and 11/14/26. As the names, or the name suggests, all second Saturdays. September, October, and will be ending in November, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Same logistics as approved last time. Main Street block from Jefferson and Madison, different than Washington. Liz Lemereau is our, from 3 Bird Lane is our contact, doing a wonderful job keeping up. She has provided one revision. She used the original one that had the barricades being able to be movable or request movable. Bob requested that we put them in place at 2 p.m. We remove them at 8 p.m. They're responsible for removing the cars for parking, and there will be no moving of those barricades once they're established. So no traffic in, no traffic out when we establish those. Liz was very polite. She sent it to me. I didn't incorporate it in, but that adjustment's been made. Bob also is signed off on. We're good. The one thing he did ask, and I want to make sure that council, and I think I brought this up, there is overtime that was required. It's on a Saturday. Bob has had no problem. The guys are supportive. They come in. It is a 2-hour to put them in and then out. And so that's just coming out of his budget. He's fine with it. There was no disagreement. He just wanted me to make sure to community council that's the case. It is within our Dora region. As we keep continuing to grow with that, and we got better signage now staked in the ground instead of on the trash cans. I think that looks a little nicer. Side streets and public lots will be used for parking. They have coordinated with our emergency services and have communicated. And I will discuss further with Chad as we keep moving through this if there needs to be any adjustments. But I'm asking for approval for those 3 second Saturdays with the understanding that as problems or may arise, I'll keep in communication and make adjustments.
Yeah, I think the overtime is fair when you ask someone to come in on a Saturday. And it benefits the businesses to get those out of the way so their customers can park again in that area. So I would make the motion to approve the special permit with the overtime approval as well.
Mr. Monroe moves to approve the special permit for this stated dates. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Day. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger.
Aye.
Mr. Day.
Aye.
Monroe. Aye. Mr. Chardy.
Aye.
Thank you, council. Mr. President, if you'll come to see me next week or at your convenience, I'll have you sign it. I want to add the addition to that.
Aye.
So it's official before signature. Thank you. Retail strategies updates. We had a wonderful meeting with Retail Strategies, and Bill, you were part of it for a portion. And I'm confident that the action plan, we're going through a review process right now, but the 5-year plan is incredibly, but what I guess the best way to describe it is it has simplicity that scaffolds to complexity. And I appreciate that in any plan. Some things that have been right underneath your nose and you never considered, that ethic perspective of somebody coming into your community, seeing possibilities that seem so simple that you should have known. I look forward to sharing that out in the public. We're going to have some feedback within the closed group. We'll send that feedback back to Retail Strategies here within the month. And then I believe we'll be presenting that here before the end of the year, within October, I think. And so I look forward to that. And if any council member would like me to send that PowerPoint, I think I will, just anyway. Yeah, I think so, to acquire the feedback. Thank you.
When we present that to the public? Is this gonna be kind of like what we did at the library, like an open house style, or?
I think I'll take their guidance on that. They haven't told me yet, Jenny, and I think that Retail Strategies will guide us through that. So I'll await their recommendation, and they kind of lead that charge
Yeah, I
too.
think the library thing.
Great.
And it'd be nice to present to the merchants, et cetera, you know, let them have eyeballs on it and comment on it, et cetera.
Now, I'll ask that question, see if I can get an early answer on that and get back to you. MACOG has contacted me, Olivia Nix from MACOG. During some soil sampling for foundation testing for the theater, there was a bit of a fuel smell. And during that soil sample, if you guys remember, and I know you do, that it was mitigated for the underground storage tanks that were in the gas station there. My guess is there's a little bit of soil that was still left over. IDEM has passed that and has given us our blessing with that property in that parking lot. My guess is, but to confirm it with the brownfield program through MACOG, it allows for free testing. And I'm in contact with Olivia Nix just to confirm and make sure that there's no additional work that needs to be done there. I had a nice wetland meeting out by the water plant. We've been noticing elevation. Several public members have talked to me about that, and we've been keeping an eye on it. Council has expressed concern. We brought in John Ritchie from the Army Corps of Engineers simply to tell us that it's not the Army Corps of Engineers that is in jurisdiction here, but it is a process that you have to go through. At that time, he will be delivering a letter to me within the next week or so that allows me to pursue this with IDEM wetland or waterways now. And apparently this is the process. He also gave me the contact name, friend of his, and I'm going to move on and take a look at that. There's something going on there, but we have an absence of data to be able to say what, and just bring in people who know. We had a great visit of the Topeka plant, which council joined. Thought that we learned a few things of what we may want, not want, but I think that's going well. I think Bob is planning on heading down south during Labor Day, creating a vacation and out from the weekend. He's going to take a look at a couple just specific components of that SBR that he's looking at and come back from that. I finished a draft of the compliancy schedule for IDEM. I sent it to Mark and Andy over at CHA. Sorry, not to say Midwestern CHA. And they're going to vet that, take a look at it and add to it. Obviously, it's a draft. It's my way of nudging them, reminding them that we need to have that done by September 10th. Once I get that back, Kevin, I'll send that to you also for review and council as well. I've been told next week. We'll see how that goes. Had a great lunch yesterday with the Indiana municipal managers. Jenny, you were there. Appreciated you bringing brownies. They were a hit. I had 3 today, so stop doing it. It's nice to meet with other town managers and to hear some concerns. And right now it's amazing because the one thing I took away from the lunch and a lot of conversations lately, we're becoming, I don't want to use the term distracted, but right now with a lot of things happening in the state, and you guys know this, and a lot of talk, it's gaining our attention. And I think that that's fine and well because it does have an immediate impact to the local, especially in Karen's position. It's difficult. Trying to maintain focus on the now and not worrying about a future that has 15 different probabilities is difficult, but it has to be done. You plan based upon the worst case scenario. And I hope that's not the case, but I'm glad we had budget conversations again. Karen and I sat and talked about some things within department. And I think we're in a very strong position. And I think that other communities aren't. And I think it's a testimony to the council as well as Karen that we're in that position. So thank you. Makes it easy to manage. That's it for me tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Heim, your report.
First of all, thank you to Kevin for sitting down and talking with me. Sometimes it's talking off a ledge, but first of all, claims over 2,500. There are several. The first one is for Frank Bianchi. He participated in the sidewalk program and did significant sidewalk replacement. His reimbursement is $3,978. The second one is V&M Construction. They replaced some of the windows that were damaged over at the Beach Lodge. Valaquip Brothers, which I'm going to have to do a second part, but $11,334. This is for materials for the E-pier,
ASOC.
A-pier sockets. And if you approve that, I will explain further when I'm done with this process. NFP Property and Casual Group, which is who bought out Miller Insurance, who bought out Miller Norsen, $17,518, and that is for the fire insurance, property and liability. And then the same company, $112,694, and that is for the town's liability, property, automobiles, all of it. I took a look over last year. I think it was about a $6,000 increase, about 5% overall. So it's nice to see a smaller increase on that as opposed to what we've had in previous years. I think the property insurance has settled, and so there's some positives there. But if I could have a motion to approve the claims over 2,500.
So moved.
Been moved by Mr. Bruno to approve claims over 2,500. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Charity. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger,
Aye.
Mr. Day,
Aye.
Ms. Monroe,
Aye.
Mr. Charity.
Aye.
Thank you. And I guess I did that out of order, but the Valaquette brothers are requesting advance payment to purchase materials to fabricate the sockets. We would have a purchase order in place, and you all passed a resolution or ordinance last year allowing prepayment in specific instances. So if you could approve that prepayment, granted it's backwards, but if I can have a motion to approve that.
I'll make the motion to approve the prepayment for the sockets. Mr.
Mr. Monroe moves to.
Not sockets, but getting them to
So I
work.
could do
That's it.
Okay. Mr. Monroe moves to approve the prepayment for the sockets, et cetera. Chair will second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger,
Aye.
Mr. Day,
Aye.
Ms. Monroe, Mr. Neer, who's not here, Mr. Charity.
Aye.
Thank you. Need to coordinate when y'all have like your public hearings and everything, and making sure everybody's gonna be here that time. Let's see, HydroCore, residents, we've got meter installation scheduled on the calendar at least. HydroCore is going to start installing meters, switching them out September 14th. Emails went out today and letters probably went out at the same time, just haven't been received by people. People have called the office to see if it's legit. I applaud them for doing so, but it is legit. So if you got an email or you're getting a letter requesting you to schedule a time with HydroCore to change out a meter, it's legit. Go ahead and follow that process. We've run into, I think Christine has 3 meters that she needs to change out, and we're trying to work with HydroCore to find out if she can do those all at one time. So I've been in communication with that. I'm waiting for a response. If you don't get any communication, chances are your meters have been changed out and they don't need to. But HydroCore will be in town over the next couple of months, getting those all changed out. If you have any questions or any issues, just give us a call at town hall and we'll try to get them resolved. Thank you for your vote on the budget. With the budget, the health insurance renewal is coming up. I have to respond back to them on September 4th. I just want to confirm with you all that you're okay with continuing with the 2 insurance choices that we provide. There's a high deductible health insurance plan and then a PPO plan that our employees can choose from. So if you all are okay with that, I will respond back to the trust that those are our choices. And just to let you know, also the increase for the town is 3.3%, which is
That's under.
so.
Under the days when it was like 20%. They really have stabilized us
Well,
over the years.
Honestly, for that, we've been with them since 2014, I think. I think the highest we ever paid was 12%, and they gave us a heads up that that was coming, and they could tell exactly this is why. And the lowest we've had was actually a reduction. So,
Yeah.
and it's
I
been
remember
very
that
low
we got
last couple
credit
years.
like a month.
And well, that and a month credit. So I've been really happy. I'm going down to Indy tomorrow. They're having their member day. So,
I was looking at your, the survey you sent out to, looking at our insurance
was good.
compared to
Yeah.
some of the other communities,
Yeah.
and I thought, we have pretty good plans comparatively, probably a lot less money.
There's a lot of switching going on over to now.
yes. Yeah.
We thought that would happen in the early days because it started off smaller, but the bigger that pool has gotten, the better the cost.
I think they're up to 85 communities. I think when we
That's
joined,
good.
it was in the 20s. So,
Yeah. I would make the motion to approve continuing with the trust insurance for, and the two plans that we've chosen for the employees.
Mr. Monroe moves to continue with the current policy offerings to employees. Chair will second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger.
Aye.
Mr. Day.
Aye.
Monroe. Mr. Sherwood.
Aye.
She is.
Anticipating.
Get a little jumpy, happy.
She's throwing me off.
Moving us along.
I do have a sewer forgiveness request from Dana Baker, and she's here. This is the first one under our new policy, so maybe it will help. But she had an issue with a washer sprung a leak in the basement after a new one was installed, the hose. And she's provided information. It's been fixed. It's not a problem going forward. Oh, you know what? That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make a call.
You know, sorry.
Yeah, cause
Yeah.
it's.
So,
within the
we're
bill,
good.
right?
Okay,
We-
you're good. You're all set.
Okay.
You'll get a credit on your bill.
It's approved.
Thank you. Sorry. We're still
Congrats
working
on
through ours.
Yeah. We've just changed it. I apologize
Yeah.
for your attendance.
It used to be you had to come in and get a vote on it, but there's
Yeah.
certain parameters they follow now that you
Okay.
fit within, so
Yeah.
you're
They told me
good.
I didn't have to come, but I thought I should.
Well, and now you know
It's
firsthand,
been
yes.
interesting. It's been very interesting. I think you're doing a good job, so it was not wasted time.
Thank you very much.
It's only because we said yes. No, I'm sorry.
I will review it to it. The last thing I have, and I thank you for your patience, it's a little longer than normal. The townwide garage sales will be September 25th and 26th. I was reminded of that today when somebody emailed me back after sending out the emails about the agendas and said, do you have us on the list? She's usually the first one to respond. So
Yes.
we will get that up, and
Thank
that's
you
all I
much.
have.
Is there a cleanup day scheduled again or curbside?
There will be cleanup day, and I will get with Bob. and clean
Okay.
that day
I
before
just wondered if we were doing a fall one or not.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of moved around a little bit.
I think
Since we
that's
changed
okay.
out,
I take my
Yeah.
call from Bob on that.
well, and we don't have the Lions Club, to move your junk across town. So,
Yeah.
We're just to my mom's house, but apparently we're.
I think the curbside thing worked great because when we put stuff out, someone just came and grabbed it. Bob never had to grab it.
there's a lot of that takes place, and I will say the number of dumpsters that we've had to get, we are no longer paying for extra dumpsters. So,
Well, I put a box out 2 or 3 days ago with just the word free on it. It was gone in less than a minute.
Yeah.
Grant stood by the door to watch and it was gone. It was kind of
Thank you,
awesome.
Jen.
I was like, I'm not waiting for cleanup day. It's going out.
Okay. Any other citizen comments to items on the agenda? Yes, sir.
Kerry Chesapeake, 520 South Plymouth. Kevin, I applaud your willingness to examine the situation behind the water plant, pump plant. The level of water is well above anything I've ever seen in the 9 years that I've been walking around that way. And I will also add that the trees back there are either dead or dying, and that is brand new too.
Thank you, Gary, because Bob Porter also brought that to the attention of Mr. Ritchie today. And just on a humorous note, 9 years, that's nothing. Because Sally said, that's the highest I've seen it in my lifetime. The guy looked at her and said, yeah, but geologically, that's not that long. So comparatively to a glacier, that's just like a blink of the eye.
Yeah.
And some
I
of
was
it's,
not born in the glacier age.
it's not
Thank you.
quickly, it's not quickly receding.
It's not. And those are the concerns that are being expressed. We'll explore it. And when I find more information out, I'll be sure to get that out. Thank you, sir.
And another question I had, Jenny, to you is, what is one Marshall County?
It used to be called Marshall County Crossroads. It's a regional planning team. And it's made up of reps from every town, county, and some other organizations like economic development. And so when it was Marshall County Crossroads, they're the ones who did the regional stellar grant. And then they did Ready Grant and Lilly as well. So that team is still in place. They just evolved it into what's called One Marshall County. Same team, still going after grant dollars, and they've hired a part-time person to
Full-time,
help facilitate their work.
Yeah, we got a full-time, I think it is part-time in the sense that it's a 2 or 3 year contract, I think. But yeah, there's somebody doing marketing now, and that may grow into a full-time.
Kevin's our rep for Culver. Towns and city have a rep. It's the only regional planning team we have in the county.
Yeah.
And just the money they brought in for Stellar and some of the other smaller grants is in the 20 million range. So all the communities contribute. We'd like for the county to contribute. The county contributed when we did Stellar, but I don't know if they contribute now or not.
Not at the moment, but they are active in the conversation, and they're encouraged by the progress that's making. It's gone from developing strategy and kind of the organizational structure, and it's starting to be moving out to providing strategy to communities to bring to life, on the ground. And so it's been a positive experience.
They used to have the pillars that we did under Stellar. I think it was like 9 pillars. They've kind of honed in on 5, with housing being one.
Housing,
Culture.
infrastructure, arts and culture, education.
It's kind of similar to what it was when we were going after Stellar money, but much more geared toward traditional regional planning, economic development.
Have we been funding this for how
Uh,
We've been, us and, excuse me, Plymouth and Culver have been, this will be the second cycle of funding because they had a moratorium last year on it. Bream is on board this year and it found value and is a new contributor alongside, and I don't believe Berman is yet or Argus, and they're in conversation.
It's not an annual thing, but we did some support too back in 2019 when we were designated Stellar. A lot of the communities gave toward the Stellar effort, which was primarily just paying the consultant that we worked with to submit that 350-page plan to the state. But it was, like 25,000 across the communities for that plan, and they ended up winning. So each community, our community, the west side of the park, that's their work. That was one project. One of our trail segments was also regional Stellar. I think we ended up getting around 800,000 here. But like Bremen got a couple of million, and Culver didn't do as many projects of regional Stellar because we were still implementing our Stellar and had a lot of money going out with match dollars. But every community had a project or more out of that group's work.
And this 20,000 is consistent with previous obligations?
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's what we did last round.
Yes.
We've consistently done 10,000, I think, to Marshall County Economic Development. They have a seat on that team, but they have a different mission, really. That team is partially economic development, but it goes beyond that. And it gives you someone in the county who's working on pursuing these regional grants. And all those grants have moved kind of regional. And it also creates a collaborative planning team that shares knowledge with each other. So like even when we were starting off early, Culver had a facade program. A lot of the other communities did not. So we said, here's what we do, take it, use it. And that kind of knowledge share is beneficial to people like Kevin and us as local leaders. If we're all sharing the information, we're not recreating the wheel. And in fact, you know, we saved communities from having to go recreate that type of program where you end up hiring someone and, you know, so that's the other benefit is more of a knowledge share versus financial, I guess.
And is there like an annual point in time where they come back and give a report?
Yeah, they've been here a couple times in the last year. Sometimes they just report and then our last meeting, they came in to present and request. Some years they just present and give you an update without making a request. Because they had some funds from the county had provided some when we did the regional stellar plan. And what we didn't spend through regional stellar carried over to that group.
And those metrics are shared. Thanks.
And Kevin periodically updates us on what they're working on. Like when a new grant comes out, they jump on helping the communities facilitate those.
Thank
you.
I have a question.
Council issues.
Simple question.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Peggy Dawson, and I'm here representing Ringer's Golf Carts.
Yeah.
And I just wondered, I didn't hear any talk, but I don't know when you guys discussed everything. But my question is, how is the new business gonna affect parking on Main Street as well as down at the laundromat?
When you say parking about golf carts,
I'm talking about how are his golf carts
Yeah.
gonna affect the public
That's
being
what-
able to park?
that's what I want to be clear on.
Yes.
Therefore, the ordinance states that it's an indoor and there's no storage outside and there's no golf carts outside. We've had conversation that any business that is conducted, and that includes repair on the golf cart, will be conducted inside the building because it's not a C2, it's a C1. And that business has to be contained and confined within there. I also acknowledge that any golf cart that is out past the parking lot, if somebody parks their golf cart on Main Street or on a side street, that's legal. There are restrictions and regulations against it. And if we feel as though, and that will be law enforcement, that it's being exploited for business reasons, that will be a separate matter and we'll be monitoring that.
Okay,
And I appreciate your concern. It was one of the plan commissions that was discussed. And therefore the word indoor is explicit within the ordinance.
okay. Yeah, I was just discussing things with other people and it was brought up, well, what's everybody gonna do on Main Street
Sure.
to park and shop and stuff?
Feel free to get the word out that we're monitoring. Thank
Well,
you.
Merchants will knock on our door if there's an issue.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they will.
I mean, there's nothing to keep the golf cart from parking on Main
Correct.
Street, going in and having breakfast
That's right.
That's correct.
or shopping in any of the shops
Right,
in that area. But I would think that if you were going to have your golf cart worked on, or if you were going in to speak to him, you pull up near his business and then go in,
That's right.
talk to him, get back in the golf cart, leave.
right.
Thank you. Council issues, Mr. Day.
I just want to say thank you to the street department and the door signs. They look much nicer on the posts than they do on the trash cans.
All right, thank you.
That's a good point.
Ms. Monroe.
I didn't have anything other than to say how much I appreciate that some of the council members and Bob and company went to visit some of these plants. I think that's preventative maintenance in some ways for us. And Karen sharing the survey information was really helpful for me, just as we're going into that salary ordinance conversation. I also felt good about our budget in terms of looking at that and raises, et cetera. And I think it's just it's good that we're all constantly sharing information and going out and seeking it. I think it makes us better, and I have felt pretty optimistic about that.
Mr. Shardy.
Well, I enjoyed the trip to the sewer, wastewater works in Topeka, Indiana.
Exotic.
I now know what Topeka, Indiana is.
I have to go up there next month for my job.
So, but, yeah, gathering as much information as you can is always helpful.
Chair echoes what Mr. Shardy said. It was a wonderful trip. Very informative. I have a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
It's been moved by Mr. Rowe to adjourn. Second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Shardy, roll call, please.
Mr. Clevenger.
Aye.
Mr. Day.
Aye.
Ms. Monroe. Mr. Yeah.
Wait, your turn, Miss Monroe.
Ms. Ricciardi.
Aye.
I gotta get back to my index cards.
They crossed some stuff off.
Okay.
We're adjourned.
It's a full day, kids.
Kevin?
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.